look like Matlock.
Matlock! That's the show. He even has the same hair.
We are on episode 6? Yeah, 650. We left off where we got Jimmy and some elder law. If you want a will, call McGill. And we got a little bit of Mike's kind of just where he's at right now. They didn't really say much about it. First time, seen it once or twice. Let's do it.
Ah, Train.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad reference.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain this train sequence. I have no fucking idea what this is. I can't remember. Oh, Mike.
Hello.
Thanks for calling.
I'm just parked across the street.
I was just gonna hit the...
Yeah, sure.
Who are you?
Because I would say, but it gives away something that you don't know yet, so...
Janitor.
Walter, I'm going into the woman's restroom. Okay. Okay. Casually buying pads. Oh, he was shot.
No, I need to buy some pads real quick.
Yeah. Or stabbed, I don't know.
You know, I do like how they kind of like disguise the show as a Better Call Saul, but it's kind of like it's these two kind of stories. Like we're getting more of Mike and we're getting Saul Goodman.
I'm gonna assume whatever happened, it has to do with that one guy. Oh, because he didn't kill him in that story.
The book says you have rights.
Thank you for reminding me. So yes, daughter, and then the granddaughter? I have no idea.
But yeah, that is his granddaughter, yeah.
Okay.
It's not his daughter, though.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Kaylee?
She's settling in. Still asks about him. His daddy. She just misses him. How before Maddie died, like for a few weeks there, he was different.
So Maddie is his son.
Son or daughter?
Son. That was his son's wife.
Okay.
I didn't want to outright just say, hey, here's his son that's dead. That's his wife, you know.
Cops aren't real touchy-feely, you know that.
Did you notice? I mean, did you feel anything like that from him?
As far as I remember, he seemed okay. He seemed okay.
Before he died, there was this phone call. He gets intense. He'd be screaming if he wasn't whispering, you know? But the next morning, I called him out. What the hell was that about? What's going on? He wouldn't talk to me. I think he was talking to you. He knew he could call you anytime he had a problem. You were thick as thieves, the two of you. Now he was talking.
Stace, I don't think it was. I can't recall any late-night heart-to-hearts with him, not around then.
The problem is it's not going to do anything either. Because you can say all the what-ifs, but it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah, I guess that's that.
Francisco, you know this town?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, well.
You sew this up yourself? Not bad. There's a story there.
Isn't there always?
Okay. That ought to do it. You're gonna want to take it easy. There's a Walgreens. Maybe go get yourself a sling.
You don't have one?
Got a cone you can put around your neck.
Yeah.
You new in town?
Yeah.
Passing through or sticking around?
Why?
No reason. No people. I can get you some work.
I am not looking for that kind of work.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, that's a good transition.
You really want the formal treatment?
Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Expecting more cooperation from you on this. Cop to cop.
Lawyer.
Lawyer. Oh my god, that's so funny.
You look like Matlock.
Matlock! That's the show. He even has the same hair. Yeah, because I watched that show,
Oh, really?
like, a while ago. It would play, like, after 8.
Oh, was it like one of those cable channels that would just
Yep.
throw it on?
Yeah, that, like, Columbo, stuff like that.
Want to tell me what we're doing here? Oh, here's your coffee.
That's for you. All right, here's what's gonna happen. Those 2 cops out there from Philadelphia come a long way to see me. We're all gonna have a little chat, and when it's over, the young one, who's been writing in his little notebook, he's gonna take it and put it in his jacket. And when he does that, you take that coffee and spill it on it.
I'm going to behave like an honest-to-God, law-abiding, licensed attorney. Let Mr. Ehrmantraut's dancing eyes and bubbly, bon vivant personality fool you. He's actually, believe it or not, somewhat taciturn.
What? What does taciturn mean?
Alright, new definition. My Google is not working. I don't know why.
About 9 months ago, he responded to a shots-fired call in some West Side rat trap. Matt went in with his partner, Officer Troy Hoffman, Sergeant Jack Fensky, backing them up. 3 of them were ambushed, and Matt didn't make it out. Hoffman and Fensky returned fire, but the shooter got away.
Yeah.
That's when Hoffman and Fensky both turned up dead in a vacant lot out in Nicetown. And with whoever killed Matt out there in the wind, we're thinking, well, it's our operating theory that Hoffman and Fensky were mixed up in something. Maybe that got Matt killed.
I don't know much about Hoffman and Fensky. They were Matt's people. I saw them in a bar the night they
Or
died.
did you see him with anyone in particular?
I couldn't tell you. I was... You know how it was.
When did you come out here to
I
Albuquerque?
think it was the very next day.
The day after Hoffman and Fensky died, huh?
They're playing kind of like big bad cop, good cop here a little bit.
We're done here, yeah. Oh, hey. Oh! I can get most. You know what? Hey,
I got it. Thank you.
That's the way to do it. He just went.
So he did it anyway.
Yeah. I was kind of shocked he did it that way. I thought he was gonna like spill it on the table or something like that. Not like.
How did you know that I would spill that coffee? What the hell's that? What's yeah, supposed to mean? Okay, great. You're the strong, silent type. Hooray for you. But in case you missed it, your friends from Philly back there, they think you killed 2 cops.
Yep.
Yeah, I did. Paul. Some guy named Paul.
You called the cops. Philadelphia PD. Did you call them?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Oh, so that's what he saw in the notepad.
First Matt, then not 6 months later, his partner and his sergeant. Yeah, I called them to help catch Maddie's killer, Mike. What if the same person, what if the piece of shit who got Maddie got them too?
And what exactly did you tell him? You tell him Matt was dirty? Is that what you told him? How could you possibly think that? That's your husband, the father of your child.
I didn't say that. I told them I found money. After Kaylee and I moved here, when I was unpacking, it was in the lining of an old suitcase. And God knows where. I mean, we were basically paycheck to paycheck. Where the hell did he get it?
Why didn't you ask me? Why didn't you come to me?
I knew what it would do to you. It would burn you to the ground. There'd be nothing left. Every night you were drinking yourself unconscious like you were the only one who lost him. I don't care. He was dirty. He was clean. I don't care. All I want is for whoever killed Maddie to rot in a cell for the rest of their life. And then I want whatever's left of them just dumped in the trash.
Matt wasn't dirty.
Well, so be straight with me. Right now, this is it, Mike. What was that phone call? Before he died, don't bullshit me.
It was between me and my son.
So you're admitting it was you?
He wasn't dirty. God damn you! You get that through your head. My son wasn't dirty.
Great scene. Like there's memorable parts. Like I don't remember like what happens every episode, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there's like memorable parts. Like that was the one part I do remember. Because even when I watched the first time, I was like, God damn. He ties it to the other one, so when they drive, it just.
Ah, we can't go out.
Oh. That was cool.
I know it was you.
I never caught that he goes up to them and just says, I know it was you who did it.
That's crazy. They don't do a lot of dialogue with Mike
Yeah.
in his scenes.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
So this must be after or he's about to kill them? I don't know.
Wanna ride?
Easy. We're gonna have you home in no time.
Hey, that's mine.
I really gotta pee. So
right.
once you watch this, I've tried to hold it, but I can't.
You killed Maddie. You killed him for nothing. You killed him because you were scared. You got him in that crack house, and you staged it. You looked like a junkie with a gun, but it was you, and I'm gonna prove it.
Mike pretty much admitted, yeah, it was you, I know it, and I'm gonna prove it while he's drunk. So I guess now they're gonna try to kill him. Oh, is he faking it? I guess he's faking how drunk he is, which makes sense. He's acted like an idiot before.
Now you wait there 1 second. Couldn't live with it. Not dying the way he did. Too much for the old man. So Mike here decided to eat his gun. Doing him a favor.
Smart. That's what I would have done if I were you.
Yep.
You let some things slide, you looked the other way. That's how you knew you were safe. It's like killing Caesar. Everyone's guilty. Matt wasn't dirty. I was. Everyone was in that precinct. You go along to get along, not Matt. Fensky got to Hoffman early. Kickbacks from some gang or another. Protection base. Hoffman went to Maddie. Offered to cut him in. Only fair, right? They were partners. And Matt did what you'd think. You know what a cop fears most? Prison. Getting locked up with everybody you put away.
Yeah. Holy shit, I never thought about that.
No one was getting hurt. But if you go to the IA, if you didn't look like you're going, take the money, do something good with it. I tried. But he wouldn't listen. My boy was stubborn. My boy was strong. And he was gonna get himself killed. I told him I did it too. That's what you heard that night. Me talking him down, him kicking and screaming until the fight went out of him. He put me up on a pedestal. And I had to show him. Then I was down in the gutter with the rest of them. Broke my boy. I broke my boy. Went to Hoffman. He took the money. But he hesitated. Even looking like you're doing the right thing to those two meant that he wasn't solid. That he couldn't be trusted. I got Maddie to take the money, and they killed him 2 days later. He was the strongest person that I ever knew. Even never done it. Not even to save himself. I was the only one. I was the only one that could get him to debase himself like that. And it was for nothing. I made him lesser. I made him like me. And the bastards killed him anyway.
Hoffman and Fensky, if they killed Maddie, who killed them?
You know what happened. The question is, can you live with it?
Yep. I think, if I remember correctly, I think that's my favorite episode of the season.
I think that's probably mine too, so far.
Yeah, because that episode is the one episode that always comes back to mind when I think of this whole season. And I never remember the title. I didn't remember when we were getting to this episode. But this is the one that always stood back to me every time I watched this back. This was just basically
Jonathan Banks.
Banks.
Great acting.
It's basically just a Mike focused episode, basically. Just Saul Goodman here, got him there for a second, and just like spill the coffee. But yeah, thoughts on all that?
I can see people being annoying and being like, "This was the worst episode. Where's Saul? Where's Saul Goodman? Why isn't he here?" It's like the show's named after him. He has to be in the episode. It's like, bro.
Honestly, you know what?
Shut up.
You know what's the biggest complaint about this season? I think people call it boring.
They call that episode boring?
They call this whole thing boring.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
We got like arguably one of the most dense like episodes in the entirety of like the Breaking Bad universe, like dense of character development and like just story. Like it's a complete isolated episode. Of course, we have like build up to it in the last episode, but this, like, you know everything in this episode.
That's why I didn't want to say anything before they said the thing about Maddie and stuff like that, because I'm like, I don't want to spoil this whole episode. I know it's coming up, so at some point. It's crazy too when they showed the whole backstory of how he even got there and stuff like that, and it makes you really sympathize with him, and you get why he did it. Dirty cop, and they were all dirty cops, and he was the only good one there, and he had to pay the price for it. Even that scene too where he had that kind of snap moment towards what would you call it, related wise, I don't know. Daughter-in-law, yeah. So he snapped on the daughter-in-law, so telling him that because I don't know if I don't remember if he ends up telling her or not really if he did it, but I think she could easily put two and two together. Like with him saying, like, I can tell you, but can you live with what I told you?
She said, you already know who did what happened. The question is, can you live with it?
Which that's why stuff like that and what else happens throughout the show and stuff like that makes you look at Breaking Bad very differently when you look at these characters later on and stuff like that. Because when you know all this stuff, it makes you look at things very differently.
Yeah, because Mike is just kind of there in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You don't really get any, like, hitting character development for him.
Just that he was a cop in Philly with that one scene where he was talking about where he almost killed that dude on the ground and stuff like that. That was abusing his wife.
But this episode was a hitter.
I love the transitions too between everything that was happening from modern day to past to modern day, and that's why I look at stuff like this and everyone calls it boring. I'm like, really?
Yeah, it's like me when I see people say Andor's boring. What are you talking about?
That's why it's like you guys have to. It's like that's why I always tell people you have to watch it. You have to actually watch it. It's like another thing too where it's like these are two like like people compare Breaking Bad and this show together. I just don't like to compare them because they're just two completely different things here. Like, because people like compare season 1 to this to Breaking Bad, but it's like these are two completely different shows.
Yeah, I still think my favorite episode of all in the universe is still probably Felina.
Yeah.
But I'd say 5-0 is up there.
I
It's
have-
probably close second.
I haven't watched 5-0 like straight through in a while. Like, it's probably the first time I watched this. So it's kind of a trip rewatching that because I forgot even some of the things that happened, stuff like that. And certain things I didn't even really pick up when I was watching it the first time. Like, too, of what certain things that Maddie did and stuff like that, and the whole dialogue and whatnot. I imagine it was a nice surprise for when this was airing for people to see that it was also a Mike Ehrmantraut show as well.
Yeah, because we 1 through 4 through even like half of 5 up till or most of 5 up until the end. Like he's just there.
And then they show, and then they're like, okay, surprise.
Yeah, and it's kind of like they're baiting it. It's like, oh, he's here. It almost sometimes feels like it's like, okay, he's here, but why?
Just kind of just like there to be there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it felt nice to like also get to see the guy act and like cook.
Have that kind of emotion too, 'cause, like you never really seen him with that kind of, not like, because we've seen him have like breaking moments in Breaking Bad, like being pissed off, but nothing like that. Like nothing like
It's a different.
Yeah, like he like the one time like he actually exploded with Breaking Bad was like when he screamed at Walter, when he was yelling at Walter, something like that.
And your pride and your ego. We had a good thing going.
That's the stuff like that. That's where you have some like explosion like that. But this is more like, it's kind of like what Bryan Cranston did when he was in Ozymandias. He was on the phone and like he was saying all these lies, but then not believe when he doesn't mean it. So he's like crying while he's sending off his family and stuff like that. Really good acting in that sense too. When he killed the cops, I was like, oh shit. And then they were trying to question him, and I mean, it does look fishy that he left, and it's crazy that he faked being drunk and stuff like that, and he had to keep an alibi, so that's why he faked being drunk towards the bartender when nobody was around and stuff like that, just to keep up that act, because there was gonna have to be something. It's just random Discord
Saying hi, friend. I don't even know who you are.